Now let's go ahead and let's start building the outside walls of our building here, just so we can get that out of the way. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build the outside walls at least for the front here, and I also need to build the outside wall for the back over here. So it's going to be pretty easy to do. Let's do the back. It's going to be so easy to do. What we're going to do is go to polygon mode, select that back wall, which is just one massive four-sided polygon. Activate the move tool and hold down shift and just pull this wall back a bit like this. And then when you let go of shift and the mouse button, you get this prompt here which says clone part of mesh. And basically 3ds Max wants to know one thing. This new polygon that you created, is it going to be a new object by itself, a separate object from the original? Or is it going to be an element? In other words, is it going to be a polygon that's part of the original mesh object? I'll hit OK on element. What that does is basically it created a new polygon derived from the previous one that I had selected, and it's still part of the same mesh. You see, polygons don't have to be connected to the rest of the mesh to be a part of it. A polygon can easily be out here in the middle of nowhere by itself, not even touching the original mesh, and it can still be part of it. As you can see, if I go to edge mode, I can select the edges of my blue polygon object over here, as I always did before. But you notice that I can also select the edges from this new polygon. That's because even though physically it's separate, 3ds Max doesn't see it that way. It's still one of the polygons of many polygons that belong to this model. Even though they're not touching, even though they're out here in the middle of nowhere, it's still considered to be a polygon that's part of this polygon object. Okay, so very important to understand that. Now this new polygon I created is going to be the wall for the outside here. But as you can see, when I view it from behind, the polygon is facing the wrong direction. So how do we fix that? Very, very easily. All we need to do is open up the quad menu with the polygon selected. And you see in the quad menu, the default quad menu, we have ourselves an option down here for flip normals. When we hit flip normals, it basically just flips the polygon around 180 degrees. Well, the polygon itself didn't get flipped around 180 degrees, but the direction that the polygon is facing according to 3ds Max was reversed. It was flipped, so now it's facing toward the outside, which is good. That's what we want. Now to determine the actual positioning of it, it's actually going to be pretty easy. Let's select the blueprint, select that segment that's down there, take its x coordinate, because you could see with the gizmo, x is pointing this way like this, the direction of the wall. So we'll just copy the x coordinate, go back to the polygon over here, make sure that only this polygon is selected, activate the move tool, paste the number we copied before, hit enter, and there you go. We have ourselves the outside of the wall positioned and ready to go. Okay, let me go ahead and take this edge here, extrude it and pull it out to there. I'm going to take this edge here, extrude it, pull it out to about there. Just for now, I'm just kind of roughing that out. I'll come back and fix that a little bit later. Now let's go ahead and create the walls here for the front. So I'm going to take this edge that's right here, and I'm going to extrude it like this. Now you can see that according to the blueprint, it's supposed to have this sort of little slant right here, and then it's supposed to go on to the left over there and keep going. Okay? But doing that's going to be a little bit tough, because if I try to take that, try to eyeball it, I'll never get it perfect. If I try to match up the coordinates, it means I've got to go in there and copy coordinates for the x and the y axis, which is going to take a pretty long time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay? In order to get that perfect right there, what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and select the blueprint, select the vertex that's down there, copy its x coordinate and its y coordinate. So I have to go copy with that, come back up here, paste the x, then I have to go back, copy the y, and come back and paste the y. So now it's perfect on the vertex there. That took too long to do. So let me go ahead and extrude this, and when we do the right side over here, I'm going to do it faster. So So I'm going to bring this to about here. I need it to be in the Y coordinate. I need it to match up with this little vertex that's right down here. So I'm going to steal the Y coordinate there, which is negative 20 feet. I'll copy that. Come back to the edge. Paste the number. There we go. Now I'm going to make another extrusion and bring this extrusion out here. I'll finish that in a little moment. Now let's go over here and take this edge that's right here, and let's just go ahead and extrude that like so. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, let me take the edge from here. I could also alternatively select an edge from my blueprint down here. So I could just take that and steal its X coordinate. Okay. And I'm going to go back here to this mesh, and with that X coordinate stolen right there, let me go ahead and type that in. There we go. Let me extrude this out, and I know it's going to have to be extruded to about where this vertex is, so let me go ahead and select that vertex, steal its Y coordinate. Just basically doing a lot of copying and pasting. Okay. I have to extrude this one more time, bring it out to there. Don't worry about the exactness right there. Okay, right here, I know that I have to go ahead and use the Y coordinate from that. So I'll copy that Y coordinate, come back, select that edge, paste that Y coordinate right there. So that was actually pretty quick. Not too bad. Okay, so over here, let's finish this off. I know that my Y here, I'm going to copy that, is going to have to be where this edge is going to go to. So I'll paste that there. There we go. I know that this one right here is going to be the same. So I'll just paste that now that I can. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is take this edge here, extrude it out. Very easy, right? And now I'll just use target weld to target weld that edge to that edge in the corner. There we go. So now we finished off that outside wall right there. Okay. Let's figure out the Y coordinate here of this segment from the blueprint. So I'll copy the Y coordinate. Take this edge here. Paste the Y. I now have to do the same for this edge over here in the front of the house. So I'll paste its Y. There we go. Now I'll extrude this edge back since I already had it selected. I'll use target weld just like the opposite side of the house, and boom, there we go. Very simple, very quick, pretty easy once you know some good techniques for getting this done. Okay, so now the outside walls right there are pretty much done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the outside of wall polygons that I've created, and I'm going to hide them from view so they don't get in my way. So let me select some of these polygons out here. Maybe I'll take those. Maybe I won't hide those two right there. Maybe I'll leave those right there. So maybe I'll just hide these right here. Okay. So to hide these is pretty easy. All I have to do is come up here to the Graphite Modeling Tools, go to the Visibility menu, and we have three options. We can hide selected polygons, we can hide unselected, or unhide all. I want to hide selected. Now it didn't delete the polygons, it just hid them from view. We can bring them back up later. So in a later video, we'll actually bring them back up. So don't worry, don't panic. The work that you just did was not deleted. It's just temporarily hidden out of view, so that we can work a little bit easier on the rest of our model here without having to worry about that stuff getting in our way and not being able to see. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here, and in the next one we're going to start roughing out the geometry for the doorways inside the house.